At 88, Baer Jr. finally tells the truth about Irene Ryan. Baer Jr. was born Maximilian Adalbert Baer Jr. on December 4, 1937, in the lively city of Oakland in Alameda County, California. He was the son of Baer Sr., a famous boxer and the world heavyweight champion in 1934. People loved Max Sr. for his powerful punches and for beating Primo Carnera, so his fame put a lot of attention and big expectations on his son. The older Baer's strong personality and fame definitely shaped the world young Max grew up in. Max Jr.'s mother, Mary Ellen Sullivan, gave the family a steady influence, teaching them about education, discipline, and kindness. Growing up as the kid of a sports legend, Max lived in a world where everyone watched him. But he still found his own ways to stand out in school and in sports. For his early school years, Baer Jr. went to Christian Brothers High School in Sacramento, a school famous for tough classes and teaching good sportsmanship and character. While he was there, Max showed amazing sports skills, earning awards in 4 different sports at the same time, which showed his natural talent, plus his hard work, discipline, and drive to win. One of his early wins was in golf. He won the Sacramento Open Junior Golf Tournament 2 times, a big deal that proved he was great at many things. These wins hinted at a life mixing creative work, business ideas, and sports. After high school, Max went to Santa Clara University, a well-known Jesuit school in California. There he got a bachelor's degree in business administration to understand money and management, plus a minor in philosophy to think about big questions in life, people, and right and wrong. This mix of subjects helped him a lot later, especially when he moved from acting to producing, directing, and starting businesses in real estate and entertainment. Max Baer Jr. started acting when he was really young. His first time on stage was in 1949 in England at the Blackpool Pavilion, where he was in a show called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This early chance gave him real experience performing live and telling stories, setting up his later work on screen. But it was in the 1960s that Baer really started his acting career, becoming someone people recognized on TV and in movies. He signed with Warner Brothers, a big studio back then, and soon showed up in lots of popular TV shows of that time. His early roles were in famous series like Maverick in 1960, Surfside 6 from 1960 to 1961, Cheyenne from 1960 to 1961, Hawaiian Eye from 1960 to 1961, 77 Sunset Strip from 1960 to 1961, Bronco in 1961, Sugarfoot in 1961, Follow the Sun in 1962, and It's a Man's World in 1962. These parts helped him get better at acting and showed him the quick world of making TV during a great time for American television. Even with a good start on TV, Baer Jr. is remembered most for playing Jethro Bodine on the famous TV show The Beverly Hillbillies from 1962 to 1971, which aired on CBS. Jethro, the simple and not-so-smart son of Jed Clampett's cousin, turned into a character everyone loved in American culture, showing the show's funny take on country people versus city life. Max's acting as Jethro connected with viewers for almost 10 years, making him super famous, but it also got him typecast, something he had to deal with for the rest of his acting days. While the Beverly Hillbillies was at its biggest, Max kept showing up in other TV stuff like Love American Style from 1969 to 1974 and Vacation Playhouse from 1969 to 1974. And he even did a movie role as Sergeant Luther Liskell in the 1967 war film A Time for Killing. But being so tied to Jethro Bodine meant fewer different roles came his way, which happens a lot to actors stuck with on big character. Seeing that, Max started focusing on producing, directing, and writing scripts so he could have more control and try new things in entertainment. In 1974, Max Baer Jr. started as a producer and writer with the film Macon County Line, a tough Southern story where he also played Deputy Reed Morgan. The movie did well with money and got good reviews for its exciting story, showing Max was a solid filmmaker. The next year in 1975, he produced, wrote, and directed The Wild McCullochs, playing Culver Robinson in a family story that proved he could do it all behind and in front of the camera. Keeping that going, he directed and produced Ode to Billy Joe in 1976, a movie based on the famous song with the same name, and it became a huge hit at the box office, making him known as a great filmmaker who could turn popular songs into movie wins. His last time directing was Hometown USA in 1979, which ended his main work directing films. Besides entertainment, Max Baer Jr. showed smart business skills, getting into real estate and casinos. Over the years, he dreamed up a Beverly Hillbillies empire to use the show's lasting popularity. This big plan includes building Jethro's Beverly Hills mansion and some casinos based on the Clampett world, mixing old memories with business ideas. Max has reportedly made deals to get rights for names, looks, and other things from the show, wanting to turn the loved TV series into a big business with many parts. Max Baer Jr.'s personal life, especially his love relationships, often got noticed because he was a TV star and the son of famous boxer Max Baer Sr. While Max usually kept quiet about his private life, some important relationships became known and added to the story of his life outside movies. In 1966, Max Baer Jr. married Joanne Kathleen Hill. At that time, Max was at the top of his fame from the Beverly Hillbillies, where playing Jethro Bodine made him known everywhere in America. The stress of being famous, plus the long hours and travel from acting, put pressure on the marriage. Like many young couples in the spotlight, Max and Hill had problems they could not fix. After 5 years, they divorced in 1971. The split was a big change in Max's personal life, happening when he was trying to change his career after being known mostly for one role. After the divorce, Max did not marry again, but he dated some famous women over the years. One of the biggest was Victoria Principal, a very successful actress, businesswoman, and writer, best known for her part on the TV show Dallas. Their relationship got a lot of media attention since both were big names with solid careers. Max was also reportedly with model Cherry Rayburn, adding to his image as someone often linked to pretty, famous women back then. One part of Max's time with Victoria Principal caused trouble later. In 2005, Principal said publicly that Max had assaulted her while they were dating. The claim brought attention back to Max years after his TV fame and started talks in the media about their past. Max strongly denied it, saying the claims were not true. No crime charge came from it, and Max always said he never did that. This situation showed how hard relationships can be when partly in public, especially when people remember things very differently. For Max, this was very different from the fun, funny image he had as an actor. It also made him want more privacy later as he left Hollywood, more and focused on business, investments, and life away from entertainment. At 88 years old, Max Baer Jr. has reached an age where thinking back feels easier than holding things in. Most people know him as Jethro Bodine on the Beverly Hillbillies, and he spent years carefully handling the fame from a show that made him big, but also limited him. Now in his old age, he talks very openly about one of the biggest people in his work life, Irene Ryan, the actress who played Granny, and became one of TV's most remembered characters. Irene Ryan was nothing like the nice old lady you saw on screen. Max says she was smart, bossy, and tougher than almost anyone he ever met. He remembers meeting her when he was a young actor, new and not sure of himself, walking onto a set full of experienced people. Ryan, who had already done vaudeville, radio, and movies, acted with the confidence of someone who survived every part of show business. She had seen it all, good times, bad times, and everything else. She did not put up with silly people, and she did not fake it. Max admits she scared him at first. "I was young, and she could see right through me." He says she could tell when you were really acting or just pretending. But he gives her credit for teaching him important things about being professional and surviving in Hollywood. Ryan wanted everything exact, prepared, and respectful to the work. She did not like easy ways out. If you were lazy, she knew. And if you were serious, she respected you. Even with her tough side, Max says there was another part of Ryan few saw. Off camera, when the lights went off, she could be really warm, he remembers. She had this dry, naughty sense of humor. She would sit and tell vaudeville stories that would shock you. Ryan, he says, had hard times, bad marriages, and money problems long before the Beverly Hillbillies made her famous later in life. She loved success because she knew it could go away fast. Max also talks about old rumors of fights on set. "Yes, there were moments," he says. "Anytime you mix strong people, you get some fire." Ryan protected her character and the show's quality fiercely. She knew Granny was more than just funny. She was the heart of the family. Max admits he did not get her ideas at first. "She was almost always right. I only saw that later." Over time, Max grew to really respect Ryan's strength. "She worked right to the end," he says softly. Even when she got sick, Ryan would not slow down. She thought the audience deserved your best, no matter what. Her death in 1971, soon after the Beverly Hillbillies stopped, hit him hard. It felt like the end of a whole time, not just the show. Looking back now, Max talks with no anger, just clear truth. "Irene Ryan helped make me the actor I am," he says. "She pushed me, scared me, and taught me." He thinks history treated her well, but not always right. People remember the laughs, but forget the strength needed to make them. At 88, Max does not care for fake stories or just sweet memories. The truth is, Irene Ryan was a fighter. He says she earned every laugh she got. And by finally saying that truth, Max Baer Jr. honors as not just a famous co-star, but a woman whose toughness and skill left a big mark on TV forever. He kept a deep and long friendship with Buddy Ebsen that lasted for decades. A connection built not just from success on the Beverly Hillbillies, but from real care and respect for each other. Ebsen was more than a co-star to him. He was a teacher in acting, a steady friend, and someone Max trusted whose advice shaped his life and work. That closeness stayed strong until the end. In a touching and real moment, he and Donna Douglas went to see Ebsen in the hospital just before he passed, giving him support and company in his last days. When Buddy Ebsen died from pneumonia on July 6, 2003, it meant losing not just a TV legend, but a dear friend whose effect went way beyond the screen. Time made those memories even more special. With Donna Douglas's death in 2015, another loved part of TV history ended quietly. Her passing left him as the last living main cast member of the Beverly Hillbillies, something both proud and a little sad. As the only one left from the original group, he became a living connection to an era, old time in television, full of warmth, simple stories, and characters that became part of American life.